This is Michael Wilson. The question we're dealing with is, will we be persecuted by family and friends? Now, we know that we will be persecuted. Jesus is really clear on that. But by our family, by our friends, wow, that's hard to imagine, but it's beginning to happen in the United States, and it does happen all over the world. A disciple of Jesus must learn to recognize the value of persecution, and yes, even to rejoice in it, not in an ostentatious way, but quietly and humbly, because persecution has great spiritual value. The persecution of a disciple of Jesus allows them to share in a unique fellowship with the Master. So Paul outlines several things he had surrendered for the cause of the Messiah. Such losses, however, he viewed as rubbish or dung, that he might share in the fellowship of the Messiah's sufferings. We find that in Philippians 3:10. So the noble apostle even counted his chains as grace or favor that God had bestowed on him. So just quickly, a couple of verses of scripture from Jesus in Matthew 10:36. A man's enemies will be members of his household. That's clear. I can't doubt that whatsoever. And then in Micah 7:6, we read, for son treats father contemptuously, daughter rises up against mother, daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. A man's enemies are the men of his own household. And then in Matthew 10:21, brother will betray brother to death, a father his child, and children will rise up against their parents and cause them to be put to death. And then again in Mark, when Jesus' own people heard of this, they went out to take custody of him, for they were saying, he's lost his senses, he's crazy. So we know it's coming. We know it can come from our own household, and we must be prepared to stay with Jesus, to stay faithful unto the end, and he will see us through.